The holidays are a time where people set aside their differences and come together to pretend to enjoy each other's company over a nice Christmas feast. When sending out your holiday invitations, you may shudder at the thought of being trapped in your home with your in-laws while watching the same Bing Crosby movies on a loop. But things could be much worse if you invited a demon instead. Hello, I'm Andrew Boyd. And when I'm not running away from the forces of evil that have trapped me in this dark dimension, I like to check in with the advent calendar counting down to my damnation and tell you about the top 5 demons you should never summon on Christmas. Number 5. Frau Perchta. This German Christmas witch is also known as the Spinning Room Lady. She is said to have an iron nose shaped like a beak, who dresses in rags and has a long knife hidden under her skirt. This crone is obsessed with making sure that her victims' houses are well kept and that their looms are ready to weave. Perchta is said to punish ladies who do not keep a neat house and a ready loom by setting fire to their houses. This is of course assuming that she is feeling generous, as if you do not remember to set out a bowl of porridge for her when she comes to visit, she is rumored to sneak into your room with her long, sharp knife to steal your internal organs and replace them with rocks and straw. As if that were not enough, it is also said that she is accompanied by a throng of demonic helpers named the Straggle, who follow her and help her eat the offerings that are laid out for her by people, hoping for blessings of wealth and health in the new year. If your house has thus far avoided Frau Perchta and her minions, do not invite them into your home this holiday season, as the risks really do seem to outweigh the benefits of this gang of Yuletime visitors. But if you must summon them, be sure to leave out porridge, I guess. Number 4. Krampus. What would a list of holiday demons be without Krampus? Perhaps the best known of these holiday hell fiends, Krampus is a figure of German mythology who is half goat and half demon, and carries around large chains that jingle and jangle as he stalks through your home. Less sleigh bells than sleigh bells, I suppose. He sports large horns, sharp teeth, and a long pointed tongue. In some tellings, he is the equivalent of Santa Claus, albeit a much more strict and brutal one. And in some versions, he works with St. Nicholas, following him on his rounds, punishing the children who Santa has deemed to be naughty. In this version of the story, the lump of coal being left in your stocking or shoe is not the punishment, but a signal to Krampus that you are to be beaten with Krampus's bundle of birch sticks. If you were a particularly misbehaved child, you would be grabbed by Krampus and thrown into his sack and taken to his lair in hell. The word Krampus comes from the German word Krampen, which means claw. In Nordic versions of the tale, Krampus is one of the children of the trickster god Loki. In Austria and the surrounding areas, there is a tradition known as the Krampus Run, where everyone dresses up as the Christmas demon and runs around town scaring children, which definitely seems like a very European version of fun. I would not recommend participating in this type of Christmas unless you are sure that you and your children have been good this year, as if not, a lump of coal will be the least of your worries. Number 3. Gryla and her family. This Christmas figure hails from Iceland and is less a demon than she is a giant troll. In the oldest mentions of her in Norse mythology, this repulsive-looking giantess wanders towns dressed as a beggar, asking parents to give her their disobedient children so that she can take them away to eat. The parents could prevent this by giving her other food and/or chasing her away. More recent versions of the legend say that she can sense which children in the town are misbehaving, and that during the holidays she will descend from her home in the mountains in order to gather children in her sack so that she can take them to her home and feed her insatiable hunger with her favorite meal, stew of naughty children. She also has 13 sons, known as the Yule Lads. Despite sounding like the greatest Christmas boy band of all time, the Yule Lads are mischievous creatures who wander the town harassing and stealing from the population. They are known to leave gifts in the shoes of good children, but leave rotting potatoes in the shoes of the bad ones, which I guess is better than what their mom is doing. The 13 Yule Lads are Sheepcoat Claude, Gully Gawcum Stubby, Spook Licker, Pot Scraper, Bowl Licker, Door Slammer, Skier Gobbler, Sausage Swiper, Doorway Sniffer, Meat Hook, and Candle Stealer. They all do pretty much what their name suggests, But my personal favorite is Skier Gobbler. "Oh, be good, little Sven, or Skier Gobbler will steal all your yogurt." Rounding out this family is Gryla's pet, the Yule Cat. She is a gigantic and savage cat who eats people who don't get new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve, making it both a murderer and an ally of the fast fashion industry. Number 2. Santa Claus. Although he has managed to clean up his image in recent years, you can tell a lot about a man by the company he keeps. Such is the case with the evil creature most commonly known as Santa Claus. This creature seems to use elves as indentured servants to build toys for the children who obey his commands, while any elves who speak up against his treatments or try to unionize tend to be driven out of the workshop into the harsh conditions of the North Pole, where the elements soon overcome them, leaving them as little more than frozen snowmen. He is known to watch children for hours at a time, always knowing if they are awake or asleep. You can lock your doors and close your windows, but nothing can stop this menace from getting in, as he is able to slip through even the most narrow of chimneys to pass judgment on your children. Although he has a reputation for being kind and jolly, this is likely because he leaves the dirty work of dealing with children he deems naughty to his subordinates. As mentioned before, Krampus is often depicted coming to homes after Santa, who leaves behind coal to let the demon know which children to take to hell for minor infractions like jumping on the bed. He also has been known to work with figures like Belsnickel, Knecht Ruprecht, and Rue Claus, who are tasked with punishing the naughty children with floggings, while leaving Santa to reward the good. Yes, the gifts that Santa leaves are impressive, but the fact that he associates with and encourages such brutal forces makes me think that he may not be as jolly or saintly as he would have us believe. They say if you know a demon's true name, you have power over it. Is Santa really Satan? Is he tricking us into worshiping him by making us view him as a benevolent figure who we worship every year with altars of milk and cookies? Perhaps. Perhaps not. But yes, that is what I am claiming. Number 1. The Grinch. This creature originates in legends from a very small village called Whoville, believed to be located somewhere in Scandinavia. The Grinch is not a who, but is really more of a what, who is believed to live in the nearby mountains with his fierce dog, Maximilian. The Grinch is supposedly a green and furry creature of incredible cruelty and strength, capable of lifting objects many times his size over his head with ease. For reasons unknown, he seems to hate the entire Christmas season. It is theorized that this hatred might stem from an improperly screwed-on head or shoes that are too tight. Other tellings of this story state that it is a result of a genetic condition that has caused his heart to shrink 2 sizes too small, but these reports are unverified. He is known to disguise himself as Santa Claus in order to break into people's homes and steal their Christmas gifts and decorations, often leaving only some hooks and wires and crumbs that are too small for even mice to enjoy. It is believed that this green creature has access to demonic powers, as folklore states that he is capable of robbing an entire town in one night. He is more terrifying than any other creature on this list, as he apparently has a brain full of spiders and a termite-infested smile. Clearly, he is an agent of Satan, as his soul has been described as an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up in tangled up knots. This king of sinful sots is able to disguise himself as jolly old Saint Nick in a manner so convincing that even eyewitnesses are fooled, showing that he must have some kind of hypnotic brain-altering powers capable of making the locals hallucinate. The only way to be sure that you are dealing with the Grinch instead of the real Santa Claus is by his trademark aroma, which permeates any area he enters. In fact, when compiling a list of descriptions made by his victims, the 3 most commonly used words were stink, stank, and stunk. Who is this green creature? Why does he target Christmas cheer? Perhaps it is best not to know, and to instead focus on preventing his wrath. Legends say that he has an aversion to noise, and can be kept away if you dance with jing-tinglers tied onto your heels, blow into your flu-flubers, bang your tar-tinkers, bang your gar-ginkers, beat your trum-tookers, slam your sluice-lonkers, beat your blum-blookers, or wham your who-wonkers. I am off to check my shoes for coal, so that I can prevent a visit from Krampus. But if I survive the holidays, perhaps we will meet again soon, and I can regale you with more tales of the macabre and the disturbing, here on Top 5 Scary Videos.